There are 3 other callers on the call.
Hello? Hello?
Hi, Patrick.
Hi, is this Andy?
Andy's on, and Alan Duransky from Digital First Media are on.
How are you guys?
Good.
Thanks. Yeah, I apologize. Our power just went out actually in the building. So I'm pretty sure we're back up now. Give me a couple seconds to get set up. Where are you guys calling us from?
Jerry.
Hello?
I'm sorry, what was the question?
Where are you guys calling us from?
Colorado.
What part of Colorado?
Sorry, Denver.
Denver. Yeah, I've been to Vail and Breckenridge quite a bit, and not so much Denver. But what's the weather like this time of year?
Well, the snow, it was snowing a little while ago, but it's stopped now, so.
No problem. All right, well, I'm going to just jump right in, given we're a few minutes late here. Would you guys mind, I do know quite a bit about your actual company. Would you guys mind giving a introduction as to your scope, particularly website related within Digital First Media?
Okay, well, my name is Andy Young, and I'm the Vice President of Digital Operations for Digital First. I've been on the job since January 7th, so I'm pretty new to the company and to the different websites and things.
Okay. All right, well, I think that's enough of a background. I'm going to jump right in here. You guys, if you don't mind letting me know, what current analytics or web intelligence, anything competitive intelligence related technologies are you guys utilizing?
Well, Alan, you'll probably have to fill any details. I know we use Omniture for stats and things like that. I'm not sure if we have anything else, though.
So we use a whole suite of tools, like Andy just mentioned. Omniture is our main analytics, but we also employ different types of tools like tag management systems and different type of reporting suites and performance tools like Keynote.
Okay, no problem. That's very helpful. Thank you, Alan. So on that note, yeah, I always ask that question because the starting point I do focus this. We have what I'm going to be showing is about a 15-minute capability overview. I am going to be focusing on differentiators based on your current technology, which for 80% of the enterprises these days is Omniture. So UPGO, we're a website intelligence company, and we have an integrated suite that's basically advanced website analytics with session replay, as well as a large search engine that allows companies to know what their competitors are doing. I'm going to be demonstrating the analytics for about 5-10 minutes, then wrap up fairly quickly with the competitive intelligence. And if there's a interest in following up or taking a deeper dig on your end, we would move on accordingly. So to preface our analytics technology, Omniture, Google, IBM, all of the analytics out there, they're traditionally what they're doing is when you go from one page to another page, a data record is created basically at the transition from page to page. So you guys looking at quantitative type data say these people went to these pages at this time. What's different about our software is we invented a custom storage software that basically stores 1,000 times as much information about each customer session, which includes if someone moves around your site for 3-4 seconds in the corner, each of those movement points are stored as a data record. If someone fills out your contact form, we're able to get all of the information pre-submit. So if I write my name is Patrick and I delete it and I change it to Bob, I would be able to get the typing speed, I would be able to get the delete percentage on that field, and I would be able to search through all my history for how many other people deleted this many times, how many other people chose Bob. So relevancy takes a second to get across, but from a core backbone perspective, that's our biggest differentiators. We are the first company who has stored the entire customer experience, and that's including selection of text, movement, clicks, etc. The other side of the coin there is because we're storing all of this information, we're able to also recreate your customer sessions from the eyes of your customer as a playable video format. So what you're going to be seeing here is an example of basically when someone visits a mobile device, what we would be able to show you as on the company end. So the takeaways from that example are basically, of course, we're able to detect finger movement points on mobile sessions. We are also storing that as data to be able to search around on a macro basis to get much better understanding of the engagement of your site when it comes down to people reading content. How long are they engaging with their fingers? What's the average? Let's look at a few cases to kind of figure out problems before we have to go data digging. Our entire module, we're only going to be showing a couple of views here, but everything within our actual product is tied in to be able to play it. It's not just one central location where you go video by video. While you're doing your traditional analysis, whether you're using conversion funnels, heat maps, any of the advanced slicing and dicing tools, it's always synced directly to the playable video. What I'm showing here is just a more practical example of what I shown before on the mobile end. We only showed movement with mobile. In this case, showing a bit of our usability as well. We can zoom in and out to take a closer look. We can pause, replay these sessions, we can speed up, slow down. So what we're trying to give site owners is the first complete record of website activity. You can view everything, and we're storing every action. Anything an analytics guy could possibly question that happens on their site, we're able to search that and give them that answer. Any questions on your guys' end so far?
Where is all this data being stored on the client computer, or is this being, how often is this data prepackaged and then sent back if it's stored on the server?
It's stored on the server. It is stored on the server on our end. It's not being stored on the client computer. This data is real time. It updates real time as well. So the big pain point I should probably mention right now is our actual load. This is a web-based application. This is stored on a server. The load on your page is less than Google Analytics, less than Omniture on average. The real secret behind our technology was we do have custom compression techniques as well, which allow us to reference this data without adding any kind of load.
In terms of when you're recording, though, for mobile devices,
Correct.
How much of their data plan do you eat up just making calls back and forth to your server to store the information?
You're referring to how much on the actual electricity and not the actual bandwidth on the server?
No, what I'm wondering is what we're starting to see is the heavier pages or more interaction with servers that mobile devices start to experience, the more dissatisfaction we see from our users because we're eating up their data plan.
Yeah, I mean, the long story, we are taking a portion of the users like any application. All I can say on that end is our footprint is less than Google Analytics as a direct comparison when it comes down to the information loaded. So, of course, it's all going to be, a couple hundred milliseconds per, but nothing extreme if you were using the same structure and multiplying it. So. And just to also reiterate here, I'm just going to basically be showing you guys a couple of our advanced differentiator views. All of these are proprietary technology, showing you a couple things as opposed to showing you, traditional analytics. Our starting point, like any analytics software, would be the macro-based data, looking at, your page views, your sites. Everything shown here is all integrated to be able to see that additional insight. So what you're seeing here is this might also answer your question about load a bit for how often we make our calls to the server. What this is a recreation of live website traffic. So in your case, if you wanted to look at a segment such as people who came from Canada and have went to my site 10 times in the past, we could click, I want to see that demographic live. And that would actually show you what users are doing on the front end as if you were behind them on their computer. So the relevancy here and the practical use is either to monitor high-value clients, to accompany a sales call. You know, if you can pick up nonverbal cues what someone's doing on your website, it's going to increase your conversion rate pretty dramatically. And the last option is directly with live chat. We have live chat and we have a few other engagement capabilities built in to obviously allow you to get a lot better insight if you don't have to ask the question of, hey Johnny, please move your site up, please move your mouse to the red button. Did you hit the red button or not? Being able to see what they do just gives a lot more insight in this regard.
Now, is your technology the same for both mobile web as it is for mobile applications?
The structure, it is different. It is a different script. You know, we have it, but we can have it in the same script, but we provide a standalone option for each. It's similar, not identical.
Maybe the better question would be, are there uniform statistics that you gather across both types of implementations?
Yes, it's uniform, it's directly integrated, and then we have a separate module if you only want to see mobile. So it is normal statistics. You don't need to see them completely separated. Okay. What I'm showing here, you know, it's also relevant when we talk about everything being aligned to each other. I went here directly from the live view. I wanted to take a closer look at a particular customer. What you're seeing here is our total customer experience view that's created for every website visitor who's visited your site. What this is a deeper microscope into that particular visitor's history, where in this case we're showing this is their active viewing session with the number of each individual pages that they're visiting. We're taking pictures of these sites as well to allow panoramic views from all of our modules. So here it's basically a way to look at an individual viewer's session, and much more relevant here is we have all of their session history linked from one view. So if you want to know what the customer did last week at this time, you can click View Session Details and seamlessly look through the visitor's level. Something we're not going to have time to cover is, you know, we're focusing on kind of the shiny buttons and descend on the video capture, but every view shown here can also be supplemented with any data that we store. You can customize your KPIs, your tags, your segments with other products that you use to reflect this information. We have a placeholder to be able to integrate fairly seamlessly. Any questions on the guys' end? No?
Nope.
Okay. The last thing I'm going to be showing is, do you guys manage multiple websites? I know you guys own a few different entities. Are you guys responsible for actually analytics? Do you view the same module, or do you guys set up different accounts for each domain?
We have between our daily and weeklies, about 200 websites now. They're all their own domains. And they're managed both individually and collectively using some of our own software.
Okay. So on that note, I'll just mention of relevance, we are very agency and multi-website friendly. This dashboard example here shows you can have the same account and you can allocate X amount of domains to this account, X amount of domains to that account. So all of the traditional management requests you'd have to manage multiple domains. We're not going to be going through these, but I'll mention we are pretty similar to a Omniture type product, where we allow you to create tags, we allow you to create, we allow you to slice and dice your data and create all kinds of reports for different insight, aside from how deep we're going into each session. So it's just particularly sites that are going deep, or products that go deeper, are usually focused on usability, but we do have a all-in-one type package on that end. Last now, Alan, do you personally use heat maps or conversion funnels as a regular point of insight? Or?
We do, but we don't have a standard implementation. Our different properties use different techniques.
Okay, no problem. I don't think we need to get into, given our time crunch, to showing, but a big practical use here is traditionally if you have a conversion funnel, let's say you see 5 people have abandoned your site. 5 people aren't doing what you want them to do. You have to go back to the drawing board and kind of figure out what happened. In our case, that is directly aligned as well. So our heat maps, if you click play, you can see what happened to figure out why the people are clicking in this top right corner. The conversion funnels, as opposed to going back to the drawing board and figuring out if it's your technical team's fault or your marketing team's fault, you can click play and see exactly what happened, where in a lot of cases it's going to reflect website related errors or circumstances where you didn't adjust to responsive design, as opposed to having to go back to the drawing board, and dig deeper in detail. So that's usually the practical use from a macro-based analysis, is adding the microscope to points of your site you want to fix and applying the changes accordingly. I'm going to be giving you guys about a 1-minute overview. So our competitive intelligence, so I'm moving away from the analytics now. Both of these assets are from the same dashboard. Our competitive intelligence is, our company has been storing information on every company in the world for the last 5 or 6 years. We're doing what Google does, what Bing does, which is store their main source code in one index. The big difference is we have approximately 5 to 6 times as many websites as they do. We have a source of 180 million websites that gives you one database that allows your company to search through for relevant trends, or more practically, to take a look at your competitors and what they're doing and the correlations in my competitor's traffic rank increased. What changes did he make on his site? He has 1 million new Facebook likes and he changed his headline. Okay, those things are probably correlated. Let's look at his campaign. I think that's about as deep as we'll have time for, but that's the other asset that we have integrated, is competitive monitoring, and the big differentiator is scope. Most of our competitors, the Alexa, Quantcast, ComScores, they usually deal with a domain set that's in the 1 to 2 million range. We have 180 million, and we update that. We update new websites registered every 24 hours. Any questions on your guys' end, or at least is it relevant for us to maybe re-engage and do a deeper dig in the future, or what's your guys' thoughts at?
I'd like to see more info so we can actually start showing this to some of the folks who specialize in this in-house, and let them start to come up with the question.
Great. Yeah, that's not a problem at all. I can obviously send you in a follow-up a few docs to explain everything I showed in the demo. And we are also available as a company. Obviously, I'll tell you, in 90% of the cases, someone will want to do a deeper dive in person. So we have that availability. Last relevant point for you guys I'll mention in advance is, for all enterprises, particularly using a Omniture or a Core Metrics, everything you've seen does not conflict with your current code. We are usually moving forward with a pilot implementation on a particular segment of your site, so you guys don't need to put all your eggs in one basket. So you'd be able to look at a particular portion of your site, and the liability would be on us to show you all of the added insight that we would be able to detect. So that's always a big point to know. I know the amount of build and time required for most data backends. So.
Wonderful, thank you.
Any other particular requests or questions, or just exchange information, and we'll shoot a couple emails out to you guys.
That would be.
Yeah, yeah, sorry, Alan, go ahead.
No, I was going to agree with what you were going to say, Bob. Andy.
Yeah, send us the stuff, and we'll run this by. We'll go over it with Bob. He's out today, but we'll talk to him tomorrow, and. I definitely think it's worth a deeper dive, like Alan said, and get some more people with their eyes on it so they can ask better questions.
Okay. All right. No problem. I appreciate it. I apologize for being a few minutes late, and we'll talk soon. Thank you.
Yep. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Thank you, guys.
Bye.
Bye.